If you're looking for cheap, safe, and reliable MT, make sure you go check out my new sponsor, safembamt.com. Use code JC2K for 5% off and go build that God Squad you always wanted. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team possible for 500,000 MT. This video is my opinion. There are other cards that you could put in this lineup, and there's even a little bit of space left to probably put a slightly better card in the lineup, potentially, but I wanted to leave a little bit of space to potentially add badges, find a badged out version of a card or two in this lineup, that type of thing. But this lineup, I truly believe, can compete at a competitive level. It's that good. We're looking at a lineup that has some of the players that I run in my own team and have run in my own team very recently. I mean, there are some really elite cards in this lineup that will allow you to win. I think with this lineup, you should very rarely lose an unlimited and could even run in a competitive setting. And the thing is, this lineup doesn't include guys like Jimmy Butler, James Worthy, Bill Russell, level 40 rewards like Luka Doncic if you have that card. Any other cards you may have in your collection, but so those cards could also be put in that lineup, you know what I mean? You could put Bill Russell, your starting power forward, and Luka at your starting shooting guard, and that opens up even more MT for you. But this team you can build for under 500,000 MT and is a very good lineup. So before we hop into it, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help us push towards the 2,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and take a look at this team. So starting off at the starting point guard position, we have the best and most expensive player on this team. I personally consider the point guard position the most important position in your lineup because they're your primary ball handler, and I think it's very important to have a great point guard. And Ben Simmons is the most expensive card in this team by far, but I think he deserves to spot in this lineup. You could still make the argument Ben Simmons is the best point guard in the game. He's 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan, hotspots everywhere, and 44 HOFs, Hall of Fame showtime, every Hall of Fame shooting badge that you'd want except for maybe Green Machine, but I don't think that's crucial. Playmaking badges are amazing, as well as defensive badges needing post-move, lockdown, rim protector, but besides that, looking elite. Perimeter defensive stats are also incredible. Slashing, shooting, and athleticism is exceptional on this card. Plus, his release is super consistent, easy to green, and quick. That's an issue with some of the other point guards in this game, is that their releases I don't think are quite as smooth on very quick and quite as easy to green. Simmons has a great release. He's got the Pro 2 size up, Pro 8 between the legs. And the thing about Simmons is he also has, in my opinion, the best contact dunks in the game, or top two. Him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar catch more contact dunks than any other card in the game, in my opinion. Simmons as a slasher is unbelievable. He's an exceptional defender. He's 6'10" at the point guard position with a huge player build, and he's an elite shooter as well. He's an elite all-around point guard. Still, in my opinion, either the best or second best point guard in the game, and you can get him for 175 KMT, which is a huge chunk of your 500 KMT allotted to this team, but still, I think it's 100% worth it because he is that good. Now, at the number 2, we're going with a much cheaper option. I guess I have to put his last name in first, and it's Jianlian. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I did my best. If I didn't, I apologize. But he's 7 foot at the 2. That's really the main reason we're running this card, is because of his size. But also 7'4" wingspan, 250 pounds, hotspots everywhere from outside the 3, Hall of Fame showtime, range, again, all those shooting badges except for Deadeye, good playmaking badges as well, and then comes with all those defensive badges on HOF elite as well. Doesn't have HOF rim, but that is okay. At the 2, at least he has it on gold. Solid defensive stats all the way around the 90, not exceptional. Good speeds, 3-pointers, driving dunk. You see a lot of 90 stats on this card, which is good enough because of his 7-foot size, and also the fact that he comes with great dribble sigs, Pro 2 size up, Pro 1 behind the back, and also this jumper's solid. It's the same jumper as Jonathan Isaac if you use that card. It's not an amazing jumper, but it is pretty greenable, pretty quick, easy to get off. Not my favorite jumper in the game, but it's not bad at all. And he has the size, stats, and overall just balanced card all the way around. Can do everything on the court with great size. And he comes in for 13,000 MT, which with an expensive point guard like Ben Simmons, you have to save some MT in other areas. And Yi is a great card who you can run at a competitive level and will have success with because he can really do it all on the court. Now coming in at the 3, we have Mr. Anton Jameson, who in my opinion may have the best jumper in the game. Anton Jameson is such a good card. My backup small forward right now in 2K, and 6'8" with a 7'4" wingspan, hotspots everywhere, and 56 HOFs. Badges he's missing, maybe flexible and Deadeye, handles for days. Besides that, really nothing. He even has the rim protector, post-move, lockdown, and rebound chaser on Hall of Fame, which is nice to see. 94s and 95s on most crucial stats, 90 driving dunk as well. And comes with Dante Exum base with Carmelo up on very quick. In my opinion, this might be the best release combo in the game. He is so easy to green with. Also, the Pro 2 size up, Pro 1 behind the back, can curry slide because he's under 6'9". And yeah, just a super good all-around card. Anton Jameson is one of those guys who I consider like a pseudo GOAT card because he has close to 99 stats after coach boosts and shoe and stuff like that, and comes with every single key Hall of Fame badge pretty much in the game, and he is just so elite on both ends of the court. I love this Anton Jameson card. And then at the power forward position, we have Ben Wallace. Oh, I forgot to mention Anton Jameson's price. He's right at 100,000 MT. So between these two guys, Ben Wallace, Anton Jameson, and Ben Simmons, we're spending a lot of RMT, but I think it's worth it. Ben Wallace as well is another one of those guys just like Anton Jameson, who I believe is a pseudo GOAT card. And the reason I say that is because he's got 57 hops. He's 6'9" at 200 at the power forward position with a 7-foot wingspan. He's got an afro, so he looks taller than 6'9". But again, only missing playmaking badges like handles for days, ankle breaker, bailout. Those are the only badges that he's really missing. 99s and 98s on every defensive stat. Great athleticism, shooting, slashing. Another one of those guys who's basically a GOAT card. His jump shot 37 is a pretty good jumper. I like this jumper a lot. It's pretty easy to green, I think, and quick. Pro 2 size up, can't curry slide because of his weight, but he does have the Pro 3 behind the back as well. This card moves amazingly at the power forward position. He's a great shooter, one of the best defensive cards in the game, and an exceptional slasher. Another one of those guys who's absolutely exceptional and comes in for right at 60,000 MT. So admittedly, we spent a lot on our starters, and then we have Dino Raja at the center. And Dino is another guy who is just super good all the way around. Another one of those budget beasts you can run at that center position. I ran this card up until I got Kareem a few days ago, but he's 6'11" with a 7'11" wingspan. 7'11" wingspan. He plays every lane. He's like Wilt on defense and Kareem. He's so cheesy in terms of his ability to get to steals that most players wouldn't be able to get to. Also has 49 hops for a Galaxy Opal, which is crazy, including hotspots everywhere. And the only badge he's missing is Showtime. You want to definitely find one with Hall of Fame Showtime. That extra MT that I'll talk about at the end of the video is very well used often on picking up a Dino Raja for an extra 10 or 15,000 MT that comes with Hall of Fame Showtime. But besides that, he really comes with everything you need on a center. Every shooting badge you could want, great playmaking badges, great defensive badges as well. Comes with gold handles for days, bailout, and does need ankle breaker as well. I'd like to, if you can find one with ankle breaker, that's good. But those three badges not being on Hall of Fame hurts him a little bit, but not a ton, just because he's a center. I don't think it's crucial to have those badges on Hall of Fame. Also comes with solid all-around defensive stats. The thing is, his player model and his arms make up for the not elite defensive stats. He's a much better defender than these stats would say. Also 85 driving dunks, similar to like Pink Diamond Bobo. Doesn't really matter. He gets contacts like crazy. Really good dunker. Great shooter as well, and great athleticism. Comes with jump shot 4 on very quick. You all know this jumper isn't a jumper that I like very much on guys like Dikembe and George Mikan, but with this release 5, it definitely is a better jumper. I think it's more defined as to when to shoot to green the shot. I did not struggle to green with this card. Also has the Pro 2 size up, Pro 2 between the legs, Pro 3 behind the back, perfect dribble 6. He is an exceptional all-around card that you can get for 20,000 MT, and I would recommend trying to find one with Hall of Fame Showtime, but even without it, he is still an elite center option. Now at the backup point guard position, we have Mr. Wes Unseld, who is another very good all-around card. Wes Unseld, another one of those cheap budget players who is super high level in this game. 6'7" with 6'10" wingspan at the point guard position. Also comes with an afro, so he looks about 6'9". The afro adds a lot of height to him. 48 hops as an opal, again, is crazy. Hotspots everywhere in Hall of Fame Showtime, range, Deadeye, every playmaking badge, every defensive badge except for rim protector and post move lockdown on Hall of Fame that you need. Great speed, athleticism, shooting, solid defensive stats all the way around as well. And he gives you the interior defense as a point guard as well, which is super nice. Kobe release on very quick is one of my favorite releases in the game. I love his release. It's super easy to get off in green. Pro 2 size up because he's under 6'9". He can curry slide even with his big player build. And he also has the Pro 3 behind the back. So another one of those exceptional elite budget cards who really can do it all on the court. I think he plays better than his defensive stats say, and I think having those balanced badges helps him. And he's just such a amazing card. You can get him for 10,000 MT, which is absolutely crazy. Then at the backup shooting guard position, we have Cliff Robinson, who's another super solid guy, similar to Yi, who's very big at that shooting guard position. As y'all can see, height is very important for this team. Shortest player so far is 6'8" Anton Jameson. Definitely want to have height to compete against the cheesy, tall lineups that you're going to see at a competitive level. 6'10" with a 7'1" wingspan at the 2. Hotspots everywhere in 43 hops. Hall of Fame Showtime, range, flexible, green machine, quick first step, unpluckable, clamps. He even comes with Hall of Fame rim protector, post move lockdown, and rebound chaser, which is super nice to have at the 2. Stats defensively are unbelievable. Even offensively, great athleticism, dunking, and shooting. You look at this card and you think he is unbelievable.
unbelievable, and he is very good. The thing is, this Dion Waiters release is not great this year, I don't think, and especially with his upper, I don't love it. It's not bad. It's still pretty easy to green, pretty consistent. It just kind of looks odd, but he has the Pro 2 size, a Pro 3 behind the back. The only thing that holds him back just a tiny bit is this jumper not being as good as you would like, but it's not a bad jumper. Again, similar to Yi, the jumper is solid. You can green it when you're open. You're not going to struggle to green the jumper. It's just a little bit tough to get off sometimes, and not the most consistent jumper in the world, but he does everything else at a super elite level, and I'm a big fan of this card. For 10,000 MT, you're really not going to find any better at the shooting guard position. Then at the backup small forward position, we have a guy who I did a gameplay on a couple weeks ago in Mr. Jeff Green. And Jeff Green is another one of those guys who's just a do-it-all budget monster. Comes with 44 hops, 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. He's got size, the small forward position, hotspots everywhere, Hall of Fame showtime, range, flexible green machine, every key shooting badge. Even the playmaking badges comes with Hall of Fame ankle breaker and dimer, which you don't see on a lot of small forwards, which are super nice extras to have in case you're trying to handle the ball with them. Also comes with every defensive badge you need, again, except for rebound chaser and rim protector. Elite defensive stats all the way around. Great slashing, shooting, and athleticism. Just another budget do-it-all monster with elite stats. Jump shot 50. It's not the best jumper, but it's pretty solid. It's easy to green. It's quick and it's very quick. Not the easiest to green. It's pretty easy to green, but it's not like the best jumper in the game by any means, but it's a very solid jumper. Pro 2 size up. Can't curry slide, unfortunately, because of his weight, but has the Pro 3 behind the back as well. Just another one of those cards who's really a budget do-it-all monster. You can get him again for about 10,000 MT, and he can play at a high competitive level. He's a very, very solid all-around card. Then at the backup power forward position, we have a card that I've talked about a lot in the last few weeks, and that is Mr. Pinktown Bull Bull. Bull Bull still in a budget lineup. I 100% recommend picking him up. 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan. He's got a massive player build, 32 hops, hotspots everywhere, including basically, I mean, every badge he needs is Showtime, Dimer, Bailout, if you can find it. That's not crucial. Basically, Showtime, Clamps, and Heart Crusher are the three crucial ones, I would say. Well, it's really Showtime and Clamps. Heart Crusher, Interceptor, Bailout, Dimer, Post-Move Lockdown. Badges like that are nice to find on this card. And you can find a lot of super badged out Bull Bulls. So this is another place where having some of that extra MT at the end of this team is nice to spend on a guy like Bull Bull to find one with more of these crucial Hall of Fame badges like Showtime, Hot Zone Hunter, Clamps, Heart Crusher, Bailout, Dimer, things like that. But he does still have Hall of Fame Rim Protector, Rebound Chaser, and Pogo Stick, and Intimidator. Handles for days, Quick First Step, Ankle Breaker, and Unpluckable. Great shooting badges. He's 7'2". He moves incredibly. 89 speed. It's really like about 99. This card moves like the speed of light, especially off the burst. 92 shot 3, 85 driving dunk, similar to Dino. You don't notice it. He still gets contacts. And solid all-around defensive stats as well. With his size, it helps pick up the slack a little bit on defense as well. Brook Lopez release on very quick. It's the same release as Kristaps Porzingis. Very easy, consistent to green, fast jump shots. And Pro 2 size up as well. Pro 3 behind the back. Just another exceptional card who really can do it all. Plays better than his stats and badges would say as well, as y'all know. I mean, if you've used Bubble, you know how good he is. But if you can find one of those extra Hall of Fame badges, this little bit of extra MT that we have after building this team, that also will help you, but I don't think it's crucial. I think even a base Bubble can compete at a high level still in this game. And he comes in at about 35,000 MT. And then the final guy on today's team is Mr. James Wiseman, if I can find him, who is another one of those just elite budget centers similar to Dino Raj. I like Dino a little bit better, which is why I have him starting, but James Wiseman is also a super good card that I know a lot of people like in this game, and a lot of people still run even competitively. Guys like Hims and Fade to Justin still run this card in their competitive lineups. Wiseman is 7'1" with 7'6" wingspan, hotspots everywhere except for the top of the key, 41 hops, including Showtime, Range, Flexible, Hot Zone Hunter, Quick First Step, Unpluckable, and Downhill, Clamps, Heart Crusher, Interceptor, Intimidator, Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser, Post Move Lockdown, and Rim Protector. So basically every key Hall of Fame defensive badge you'd want, which does help make up for the little bit low perimeter defense and steal and lateral quickness, but even with his huge player build, that helps as well. Also great athleticism with his player build. He moves amazingly off the burst, and then 88 shot 3 as well is just good enough to be a very, very high level card. You don't notice his low 3. He's very, very knocked down, especially with the Steph Curry release with Rudy Gay up on very quick. He's a lefty jumper, but it's super easy to green, super consistent. It's fast, easy to get off. It's just a nice jump shot. If y'all have used Steph Curry released this year on a Steph Curry card, y'all know it's easy to green, and he has it as well, and it's super, super nice and easy to green on him as well. Pro 2 size up again, Pro 3 behind the back, the 2 best dribble 6 that you want to see on a card, which just makes him move even better. And the fact of the matter is, you can build this entire team, which I think contains 10 competitive level cards, and you have an elite point guard, an elite wing, another elite wing, an elite center, guys who are very, very good on both ends of the court at that small forward position, a great backup, just budget beasts everywhere, and then a dominant point guard. I think this team can be used in a competitive level, and you can have success with this team at a competitive level. This is a very, very high quality team that you can buy in total for about 480,000 MT. If you can build this team for 480,000 MT, you are looking at an exceptional squad. You can use that extra 20K to try to pick up a Dino with Hall of Fame Showtime, or pick up a Bobo with some extra Hall of Fame badges on them. And those cards are out there and really not that hard to find. But even without that, you're still looking at an elite team overall. And I hope this team does help those of y'all who are looking to build a competitive lineup for cheap, because this will show you the options that I would use to try to build that lineup even when you are restricted to a budget. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment as well, let me know what you thought of the team and what you think you would do with this team. Would you change something? Would you put another player in here for somebody else on this team and take somebody out? Feel free to let me know down in the comments down below. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to help me push towards the 2,000 subscriber mark on the channel. And I really appreciate all the recent support. We'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.